So 3 games into the season and only 3 points on the board, somewhat of a disappointing start maybe?
Yeah, we were definitely very disappointed with the first 2 games, alright, so we were, as I said, the first one we allowed ourselves to get bullied down there really, so we did. The conditions on the pitch, we would argue, probably suited them, but look, you have to handle everything that's thrown against you, and we certainly didn't handle it on the night. We've had a chat about it and we're determined to make sure that we certainly don't get bullied again. Second game was a different kind of game. I thought we actually played a hell of a lot better. I thought we had the majority of possession and probably chances, but inability to take those chances and allied to some poor defensive mistakes meant, again, deservedly we were beaten. So finally got things kick-started at the weekend with a much deserved 3 points, so it's about building on that now.
And how, like, obviously you try and forget the first 2 games and build on last week, then kind of in the plan for the derby on Friday night?
Yeah, well, it's not even a case really of forgetting the first 2 games. It's absolutely not. It's the exact opposite. It's bearing everything in mind that went wrong in the first 2 games and learning from those mistakes. I mean, I wouldn't say there's no problem getting beaten, but when you get beaten, these things are going to happen, but it's whether you learn from them or not, and we would hope that we have learned from those 2 performances. We did an awful lot of things right on Saturday night, particularly in the second half, and if we can continue to do those things while eliminating the errors from the first 2 games, that should bring together a good performance, you know. And
then switching to the game on Friday night, obviously it's the first derby of the season with Waterford. They had somewhat of a shock result last weekend.
Yeah, I suppose it was a surprise result, all right, although Murphy were in good form. But yeah, being at home, they will be very disappointed with the result, so they will. It's been a slow start for themselves as well, but then again, they had a slow start last year too. Look, they'll be like the usual, there'll be a bit of a wounded animal coming into the game on Friday night. There'll certainly be a kick out, and there's absolutely no doubt about that. The manager will be looking for a huge response for his players and to stand up and be counted, and you know, there's an argument to be made that it becomes an even tougher game than if they'd picked up a handy 3 points last week. They might relax a little bit in their morals coming in on the back of what happened last week. They're really going to be up for it.
And do you feel any extra pressure yourself going into a derby game, particularly with only 3 points on the board as well?
No, not really. I mean, this stage last year we had 4 points on the board, so there's very little difference in it, really, to be honest with you. Really looking forward to the derby games. Obviously there's a bit more of atmosphere around the place. The fans really enjoyed them. The players really enjoyed them, as I mean, they all know each other very well. There's some of them even sharing houses in different things in digs together on opposite sides of the team, and obviously we have a few Waterford boys in with us. They have 1 or 2 extra boys in with them, so it adds to the whole thing, so it does. I certainly don't fear these games. I relish them. I can't wait.
And obviously just the 1 suspension then ahead of the game on Friday night as well.
Yeah, we'll be without Joey obviously after the sending off last week, which was very disappointing. But yeah, he'll be a loss. There's no doubt he'll be a loss. But look, I mean, fantastic group of lads there. So they are. We probably played some of our best football, strangely enough, Saturday night after Joey was sent off. That's no direct reflection on Joey, but we played really well when Joey wasn't out on the field for 30-35 minutes. So it's just important that we play as well without him this week now.
Okay, thank you.
All right, no problem.